Another forward indicator of a real estate downturn, short sale. All right, friends, welcome to the show. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up, strap in. Another hard hitter, gonna pull no punches. I'm gonna give it to you and give it to you straight as an active licensed real estate agent doing business all over America. Thanks to you guys. Thank you so much for continuing to help me help people. That is the goal of this channel, to put other people's needs before my own. Not selling a course, not selling BS. I'm just giving it to you and giving it to you straight. So I hope if you're new, you stay and you enjoy what you found. We're doing our best just to continue to keep our thumb on the pulse and heat map and temperature check the biggest asset class in the world, the U.S. real estate market. If we lose it, we're going to lose everything. We will be thrusted into another deep cycle, recession at minimum, and a depressionary level of a downturn cannot be ruled out based on what I just saw happen with this economy and more specifically, the U.S. real estate market. Phew. Insane, right? Like I'm almost scaring myself as I unpackage this one, just setting it up. Whew. Insanity. So short sales, we need to talk about short sales today. Short sales are when you're upside down in your purchase and you can no longer make your payments. Does that sound like something that could be knocking on the door right now? Well, I'm just going to tell you right now, it is. It is absolutely knocking on the door. We are seeing an uptick in foreclosures, evictions, and short sale filings, my friends. Short sales, a lot of times people will not file or apply for a short sale. Like I said, let's just take, I don't know, the 10 million people that bought in the height of the super bubble during the stimulus era. Let's take those 10 million people. Well, the people that bought at the tippy top and then they went above and beyond appraised values, bidding wars, basically. We've never seen a bidding war in a bubble before. That's the scary part. A lot of times when I hear this time's not as bad as 2008, I'm like, you're right. It's worse. I don't remember bidding wars, waiving contingencies and inspections, not knowing the health of a house, buying it remotely without even going to look at. No, I did all that in this thing. All of that. It was insane, head spinning, an episode of The Twilight Zone, a showdown at the OK Corral, living in the wild, wild west out here, a dogfight doing business in real estate. It was insane. It was insane to the point, even as just a sales guy, normal Joe out here doing my thing, $1 million district, but still nevertheless a normal Joe, not any different than anybody else watching here today, just has enough experience, running his mouth to people and in sales and behind a camera to come communicate these messages in a way that hopefully makes just enough sense to wake up a person or two, because a lot of people will be a deer in the headlights as this thing plays out. Why? That's what, of course, I'm going to tell you, because that was me in 2008 as a fairly educated guy, already owned rental properties, and here I go buying my primary home because everybody else said it's a good time to. No! And that's when Scott Walters, my friends, he himself went ahead and did a short sale on property. And I'm really glad that I did, because I recovered from it pretty quick. And now it just I don't regret it anymore because of what I've learned. Like I've learned I'm willing to live in a cracker box temporarily and stack up income properties right off in the sunset later. Or at minimum, the next time I buy a house or help you buy a house or anybody buy a house, examine its rent range and make sure my payment's within it just in case. Those are the things that can avoid a short sale. But unfortunately, the 10 million people that bought in the height of the super bubble did not do that. Why? Because their agent put their needs before their clients. You never want an agent in worse shape than their clients. There's a lot of agents right now running on fumes, dropping out. We're getting the numbers. The data's in. Agents are leaving the business. There's no work for them. We've got inventory in a chokehold. But guess what? Short sales will be spiking. We are going to get a lot of data in soon on short sales. And here's the thing. This is why you really want an agent that's going to be around. Because if you find yourself really like to the point where like, hey, honey, we got to get out from under this house. We can't tolerate the payments. We've depleted our savings. We're running on credit cards. The cars are being repoed. We're skipping vacations. We're eating processed food. I mean, that's what's happening now. I mean, that's just what's happening now. Like I always say, it's so weird. I see people's faces. If they're not already buried into their phones, they just look worried. They're disconnected. They're disenchanted. When I see a gas station on each corner and one of them has gas for 10 cents a gallon cheaper and there's a line down the street and the other one's empty to save $3 on a tank of gas, that's not a good indicator. Like I said, always said, as a trained salesman, trained in the psychology of people, the psychology of sales. It's what it's going to come down to again, reverse FOMO, reverse herd mentality. This reverse FOMO and herd mentality in the nature of now people are recessing whether they have to or not because everybody else is. It's going to squash these markets. Prices are stuck right now, but eventually that will come down because we've risen rates. So now it's just like this standoff. But what we're going to see next is people you're going to get a call. Hey, this is what it would look like. Hey, Scott, how you been? Good. What's going on? We need to get out of this house, but we can't sell it for what we paid for it. And somebody has told us something about a short sale. Can you help us with that? Oh, well, yeah. I'm not really in the business anymore. Maybe try, I don't know, Junior's Realty down on Bath Street. I mean, this is what's going to happen. You want to somebody say, yup, I got you covered. I need you to fill out a hardship. I'm going to submit it to the bank. I'm going to get you listed. We're going to get you get an offer for this house. Get ready for showings. And then we're going to go to the bank and see if they'll accept this. And we're going to have to play a little hardball. It's going to be messy. It's going to be messy because the banks are going to try to squeeze you for every penny they can as you go. Because what they see is you going down with the Titanic. And I'm not here to sugarcoat it. But we can do this. We can absolutely do this. If you have a legit hardship, you can show your bank accounts evaporated and you're leaning on credit cards and your income's reduced. I can have you fill out a hardship letter and we will submit for a short sale approval. This is now what's going to, it's the writing on the wall, right? Is this the writing on the wall or is this the writing on the wall? Here's the challenge. Most people, because they put so much pressure to buy that house in the height of the bubble, got into a bidding war and exhausted a bunch of their savings and cash reserves to obtain the property. What's the last thing they want to do? Lose the house. They don't want to lose the house. So a lot of them will go down with the ship. I remember when the light bulb went off for me to do a short sale. Like I was almost to the point where it's like, you know what? The banks are screwing me. They're selling my loan and servicing rights off. They've lied to me over the phone, and I've tried to work with them. I'm ready to just leave the keys under the mat. And when you get this no skin in the game, like FHA loans with 3% down, those people are prone to what? You guessed it, walk. They're going to leave the keys under the mat and walk because they didn't have any skin in the game. And that's why it's so important to have skin in the game. You always have to examine properties. Had you done this in the crisis, friends, instead of buying at the top and getting into that bidding war and not knowing what your house would rent for, had you had an agent that said, hey, you know what? This is the property's rent range. Let's check with the lender to see what your payment's going to be on this home. Hey, my advice is to come in with 10% down because it puts the property within its rent range with your payment. You're good to go no matter what happens. In fact, if you ever need to rent this place, I'm happy to help you with property management services. That's what a good agent says, not just, oh man, I got another escrow, another closing. No, it's embarrassing. And those are the people that are now leaving the business. And final thoughts that come to you as a friend, as a content creator, somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand, friends, short sales, they're here, my friends. When you see a contraction in the money supply and the economy and the fractures socially, politically, and economically, and the biggest asset class in the world placed in a mega bubble, you gotta understand evictions, foreclosures, and short sales. They're all playing out and starting to uptick as we speak. Tail end of a crisis, front end of a recession. I'm going to be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there. Along with the links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.